So, welcome to the third in a series of webinars where we focused on social media and social media specifically for driving instructors. So, we covered social media as a whole, and then we focused in 1 week on Facebook, and then a couple of weeks ago we focused in on Twitter. So, the last one that we're going to be doing in the series is on LinkedIn, which is an incredibly powerful professional social media platform, which has very, very far reach within the professional sector, which is great for tracking your own career development and the growth of your school as well, and your business, by kind of connecting with professional connections within the sphere, as well as parents and pupils as well. Right. So before we get into looking at LinkedIn, how to set it up, how it works, how you can post and how you can use it and connect with a large number of people in both road safety, driving instruction, as well as the public at large, I wanted to do a very, very quick recap on social media. So as we know from the last few webinars that we've done, is that social media is fantastic for global interactions and building connections and creating a community, whether it be connecting driving instructors or parents in your area or globally. It's perfect for developing your brand, having brand recall and awareness within your target market, as well as growth. And it does that by providing greater SEO, so you're seen in more places online, as well as providing a great place to chat and interact with your potential customers and your present customers and pupils. Why is that? It's because social media is where your customer base predominantly is. They're all online, especially the younger demographic. So let's get cracking and having a look into what LinkedIn is. So LinkedIn is the third largest social media network. It has a staggering 250 million unique visitors per month, so potentially a very large cache of pupils and parents that you can reach out to. What makes LinkedIn special is that it is incredibly powerful because it's so large, but it's very, very simple to use. And you'll see that I'm going to crack on and whip through setting up your profile in no time at all, because it's very simple and user friendly, and it doesn't have the kind of bits and pieces and the tiny customizable features and the in-depth analytics. It's a lot more. It's a very simple, user friendly platform to engage with and easy to get started as well. So it's the largest business networking site in the world, and it's all about your career. It's almost like an online CV for yourself as well as your business. So it's great for building professional connections, partaking in industry discussions, and other types of business-related activities, joining groups and things like that, telling people about various events and kind of getting the word out more about your business in general. What's different about this social media platform is that the way people engage with one another on LinkedIn is a bit more is quite different. It's more professional. It's less showy and less crazy, and once you have a look at the examples I throw up, show you today, you'll see that it is a lot more slick and professional, the way people deal with one another and talk to one another. You won't be sharing like funny videos and photos and things on LinkedIn. It's a great place as well to connect with your fellow instructors as well as potential pupils. And I think because of the professional nature of LinkedIn, it's particularly good for reaching out to parents, because they all have full-time jobs. They're probably on LinkedIn as well. So it's, they might not be using Facebook every day, but they're probably on LinkedIn. So it's a better way to reach out to them. And who knows, if you're looking to go into kind of fleet work and working with big car manufacturers and that sort of thing, LinkedIn is perfect for that. LinkedIn is also great for added SEO. Apparently, LinkedIn makes sure that your business is ranked within the top 5 results of Google if your business name matches your business name on LinkedIn matches your company name perfectly. It is ranked incredibly high on Google. Also, you got to make sure that you fill in all the particulars on your profile. Don't leave any gaps, otherwise Google doesn't like that. But we'll get into that in a second. So let's have a look at how you set up a LinkedIn profile and the differences between them, because there are two different types of LinkedIn profiles that you can have. So there is a company profile and a personal profile. So what I'm going to do is talk to you about the difference between a company profile and a personal profile, how they differ with what you can do, how you set them up, how they look, and how you engage with people on them. So to set up your LinkedIn profile, you just go to www.linkedin.com and you'll see this screen here that says make the most of your professional life. And it's really as easy as 3 or 4 steps. You can either link your Facebook and your LinkedIn, so you can log in using all your Facebook details, or you can keep it separate. So all you have to do is provide a name, an email address, and a password, and you're in and you're done. So there are 2 different types of profiles, and the first one is your company profile. I like to call it the corporate headquarters, as it were. So this is something that this page is used specifically for your driving school. So it wouldn't show any kind of personal details about where, your age, your name, that your birthday or anything like that. It doesn't show any of that, any of those details. It literally shows your company name. So as we've got here, you can see Driving Instructors Association, how many employees your company has, what kind of sector you're in, and then it has a little bit more about the company, and you can add a picture, which I'll talk about adding pictures and things later. So very slick, very simple, and it's great because you can brand it up with your logo and other different images, and it's basically your company voice on this page. So any sort of kind of interactions that you want to have that is very professional in nature all happens on your company profile. It's great for sharing any updates about your business, which all remain on a timeline underneath the main biography. So people can keep up to date in kind of chronological order, not unlike a Facebook business page. If some of you had a little bit of problem looking at the slideshow, can you see it now? So I was just talking about the company profile. So what you can also do is you can, using your company profile, you can connect with other businesses and individuals, and they can comment on your posts and share them. Right? I think there was a little bit of a lag with the connection there, but I think we're all back on the same page now. You didn't miss anything. This is just the second slide. What you can do on your company profile as well is add your website as well for added reach. Great for SEO again, and people can go on and learn more about you on your actual homepage and your company website, and then submit their queries or contact you directly. You can also update your connections on kind of things like passes you've done, events you've attended, any kind of CPD anything that your driving school has done with regards to kind of growth and development. You're also welcome to share things like industry articles and updates and things. Now, the difference between the business page and the personal profile is that the personal profile is solely focused on you, the individual. So it'd be Amy Turner or Joe Soap or John Smith. It's you as a person, and I kind of term it your online CV. And lots of people, when they're looking to employ people, the first place they go is LinkedIn to check you out, have a look at your experience, have a look at your skills, have a look at who's recommended you, etc., etc. So it essentially keeps track of your professional development, and you can add things like your educational details, school, high school, university, any sort of diplomas, certificates you've ever, you've done, DIA courses included, all your work experience and all your skills. So whether it be training, coaching, kind of teaching pupils with diverse needs, that kind of thing. You can use a personal profile to connect with your colleagues, so those you work alongside, colleagues in other driving schools, associations, franchises, and as I said, parents directly. What's great about the personal profile is that you really can see the engagement with people on your profile. The company one is a little bit more one-sided. It's mostly you just giving out information, whereas your personal profile, there's a lot of feedback that you can get on there, such as recommendations. So as you can see on the right-hand side of the page here, you can see two people have provided nice recommendations for ourselves. And then underneath there is skills. So you can add what skills you think you've got and you've obtained along the way. So we've got things here like training, coaching, training delivery, digital marketing, team building, team leadership, etc., etc. As we've built up connections and kind of grown on LinkedIn, people have been able to add these and recommend us and say, yeah, you're great at training. I'm going to press the plus symbol there that shows that I'm endorsing you for that kind of skill. So just not to confuse anybody here, this is definitely a personal profile. It says here Driving Instructors Association, but we're using it as a personal profile because, as I said, the engagement is much higher. And obviously we're not about the individual here, the DI, it's us as a company. But if you have your own driving school, this would be your name. So it'd be Joe Soap, and then you can say professional ADI, working in the Greater London area, etc., and have all your online CV details, as it were. Great, let's move along. So what I want to do now is show you how to set up your company profile. So at the beginning there, I showed you that you just go to www.linkedin.com and put in your personal details, and you would have got an account with LinkedIn. Now I'm going to show you where you go in order to add a company page and how you update that. So your company page is linked to your personal profile. All you do is once you've logged on to LinkedIn, you don't have to have put any of your personal details in or put your logos on and things like that yet. All you have to go to is linkedin.com. Sorry, this URL here, company add show, and it will ask you to add a company. So your business probably isn't on there yet. So you go about adding it. So you put the company name and the email address of your company, and then you say, I verify that I'm official representative of the company, basically saying that this is a real company. And you just press continue, and it's as easy as that. Now your company exists on LinkedIn, and that company will be shown on your toolbar. So when you just go to www.linkedin again, you'll have a toolbar, and along the right-hand side, there'll be a drop-down menu. And you go down to company page and you click manage. And then you just go ahead and you edit that. Very, very easy to edit all the different particulars on there. You can put your cursor over the company logo, press edit, and change the logo. You can press edit over here and change the background image. We spoke about background images for Facebook a few weeks ago, and we can use them in Twitter as well. And I always say change it, maybe have a seasonal image, so going into summer and spring, have something kind of that is reflective of that, or just your vehicle, your branded up vehicle, etc., etc. Then it's very important to add as many details as possible because it makes you look more professional, more reputable, and more active just generally, and you'll definitely get more connections that way rather than just having a name of your company and nothing else. You can't tell much about the business, what they offer, or what their branding or personality is. So it's great to add as much information as possible. So once you've clicked edit and if you've popped in all these images here, you can put in what the company specializes in. So we've said training, continual professional development, and education. Yours is probably along the similar lines as well. I'm sure you can put road safety in there as well, and learning to drive. And you can add more specialities by just clicking the little green plus sign there, and they usually suggest a few for you as well. Underneath that page, there's just like an overview, so you can write your company name and as well as a company description. Ours is quite long. Yours needn't be as long, but it's up to you. Also, if you have any employees or faces of the organization, you can add them here under the designated admins, and it kind of links the two together. And you can just add things like the company size, and obviously your company website, your URL, very, very important. Great for SEO, and to show that you are a legitimate company. And you can put things like your address as well. So as you can see, it is very straightforward. Not a lot of information is really needed to get cracking, but I would suggest filling in all of it because it's great for SEO purposes, and it just shows that you're an active, engaged kind of user rather than just a dormant user. What I want to show you now is the difference between a company page and a personal profile. As I said, the personal profile is more to do with your personal CV. So you go to www.linkedin.com, you fill in your details to get an account, and then you can go about adding different details to your personal profile. Once you've joined LinkedIn, it will take you through a step-by-step process of kind of adding information, and it'll show you. It's quite handy. It shows you kind of how much percentage-wise you've completed your profile, so you know if you've added in enough information or not. So ours has been around a while, but I took a few screen grabs to show you kind of what is edit, what you can edit. So all you have to do is press edit profile, and you just pop your cursor over all the different details, and you can edit it automatically. So if you put your cursor over your name, and you just add in the name of yourself. So this would be Joe Soap rather than Joe Soap School of Motoring. A little bit about yourself, where you're based, where you currently work, and then you can add things like education and schooling, etc., etc. As I mentioned before, the difference between your company profile and your personal profile is that you're able to add work experience, educational details, recommendations, etc. So under your experience, so in chronological order, starting from your earliest job to your latest or current job, you pop in all your different particulars. It's just like filling in a CV, but it's a little bit more intuitive and it's a little bit easier to do. So you just kind of add in the name of the name of the place you've worked, the time, what you did there, etc., etc. And what's lovely about the experience side of things as well is that when you've worked in a job, whether currently or previously, people can write recommendations for you. So here we got Linda, who said DIA work hard for their members in all areas of training and support, which is a lovely recommendation. You can invite people to recommend you, but I would suggest you should go out and recommend somebody else, and in turn they'll see that recommendation and will want to recommend you in turn. And the same can be done for kind of skills and things as well. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about how to engage with people, how to get connections, etc., on LinkedIn, because a lot of people see this and they have zero connections and they don't know how to find people, and they're not too sure what to post because it's a little bit of a different animal to Facebook and Twitter, etc. So what do you do? What's great about LinkedIn is that you can import your contacts using your email address. So Facebook does something a little bit similar. So just down the right-hand side margin of your LinkedIn page or home page, there's a drop-down menu, and you just say import contacts, and you can use them. You can import them using any contacts, whether it be Yahoo, any email address, whether it be Yahoo or Google. So it's very easy to do. Another great way to engage on LinkedIn is to post status updates. And you can do this on both your personal and company page. And it's very important to include links on all your updates. So if you're talking about a great pass that happened, or your pass rate, or link to industry news, link either to the news or to your website. I try and direct people to your website as much as possible to have just an added stream of people coming onto your website and making inquiries. What's great about LinkedIn as well is that it offers suggestions of people you can connect with as well. So people in similar industries, or are looking into or have an interest in the same things that you are as well. And those also occur on the right hand side, and you can just add those connections as you go along, and you'll often find people that you know very well to begin with. What's great about LinkedIn is that there is usually a word count to how many like words you can put in an update, but they have something that's similar to a blog post, which is just the publish a post feature. This is only on your personal page, not on your business page, and this provides an unlimited word count where you can include pictures and videos and links, and you can link to your company page and then link to your company website as well. It's fantastic. I'm going to show you a couple of screen grabs of that in a second. You can also share photos. It has an actual share photo button, and you can share slides using SlideShare. SlideShare is a site owned by LinkedIn also, and you can link the two together. So if you do any sort of presentations, maybe you're into fleet work and things like that, you can share those slides on your LinkedIn profile. Another great way to get the word out about yourself, your professional development, your business, is to join groups. All you do is in the search bar, you can write things like driving instructors or road safety, and a whole host of groups will pop up, which you can request to join, and you can start kind of having discussions with people. Here are some examples of engagement on LinkedIn. So on your normal personal page, this is the personal page here, you can share an update, which is very small. I think you can only have about 200 or odd characters. You can upload a photo, or you can publish a post, and the publish a post is the blog post I was telling you about. And here's what the blog post looks like on the right hand side. You can add a huge image. It says add an image to bring your post to life. You can write a headline, and you can start writing. So it's a bit like a news article or update, and it's great. You can add in photos over here and videos and all sorts. And as I said, it's very important to link back to your website and to your company page as well. When you upload a photo, this is what it looks like here. So you can share a large photo that will be sent out to all your connections. And as I said, a great way to kind of make valuable connections within the industry in the sector, or reach out to parents who are looking for a reputable driving instructor or anything like that, is to use the search bar to join groups. And all you do is you type in kind of the groups that most interest you. So road safety, learning to drive, driving tests. Put any of those words in there. Click the groups icon on the left hand side there, and all those groups, both kind of UK and internationally, will pop up. What I want to do now is just give you some top tips for LinkedIn before you start posting photos, publishing kind of blogs, and things like that, and making connections and suggesting and recommending and adding skills to your profile. So the first one, which I think is incredibly important, is to ensure that your profile is 100% complete, because LinkedIn picks up if it isn't, and so will Google, because LinkedIn usually ranks in the top 5 of Google search results when people search your or your business's name. If you have a very, very common name like Joe Smith, it's a little bit more difficult, but if it's Joe Smith driving instructor, you're more than likely will come up. Connect with suggested people to grow your network, and treat it as a live networking event. So down the right-hand side of your toolbar on LinkedIn, there's loads of people that are similar to you and like you, and you can add them essentially. But lots of people go and add all these people, and have 500 odd connections, but like never engage with them. So when you add a connection, see what they do, see how they're similar to you, see how they're not similar to you, and see, okay, what can I chat to this person about? What can I share that these kind of people would be interested in? How can I convert these people to kind of, buying into my business essentially? What kind of people are interested in you? And you can adapt your marketing and the things you post to them. I don't think people sometimes are engaged enough with the people that they make connections with, or tailor their posts to meet what these people are looking for. So add your website to your profile, your personal profile, as well as your business one. It is probably the most important. It's great for added SEO, and if people are interested in you on LinkedIn, then they can go over to your website and find out more and submit inquiries. Because LinkedIn is so professional, sometimes the communications over it some people can be a bit dull, a bit stale, but being professional doesn't equate to being dull. So make your profile stand out, change your profile pictures and things often. Post at least 3 or 4 times a week if you can. It's quite easy. You can pull similar stuff that you use on places like Facebook, maybe just change the tone ever so slightly. Make your profile stand out, because, as I said, it's the 3rd largest social media network in the world, has hundreds of millions of users, so you do want to stand out amongst the crowd. Also, what's very important is show people how skillful you are, how much experience you are, and all the endorsements and recommendations you have. Show them all on your page. The more you have, the better, because there aren't many customizable features on LinkedIn, so you want to make the most of what there is, essentially. So yeah, I add as many as possible. And the only way you can kind of grow those skills and grow those endorsements and recommendations is to get people to do that for you. There's only so much you can do. But don't be aggressive about it. Don't say, please, do this, do this, do this. If you recommend people, if you add skills to people's profiles, etc., they're more often than not, and we have it all the time, they will recommend and upskill you. So do it for others, and they will definitely reciprocate. You can, however, ask pupils. So if you're on this and be like, oh, I've got a new LinkedIn profile. I was wondering if you let me know how, what you think of the lesson today by rating it and recommending or upskilling me on LinkedIn, and then they'll be happy to do so. Pupils can do it within, young people can do it within a couple of seconds. You can also link your Twitter to LinkedIn. So your LinkedIn statuses will go to Twitter in a short form with a link to go, so that people can access the link on Twitter and go over to LinkedIn to read the full post. It doesn't happen the other way around. It's a good thing it doesn't happen the other way around, because if you post on Twitter and it goes to LinkedIn, Twitter's for short form, hashtagging, @ing, that kind of stuff doesn't translate at all well onto LinkedIn. But LinkedIn kind of status updates and sharing does work well on Twitter. So you can do that. It's all a matter of going onto all your settings and adding Twitter to it on the settings bar. If you have a franchise and a number of instructors that you work with or work for you, I'd also suggest that they add the company page, so they join it, which they can do, and they can also add it as an employment of theirs. So other people that are not connections of yourself or your company, that are connections with them, can see your company page easier and provide you with added reach as well and added interest. This is just a quick snapshot of recommendations. As you can see, it's very slick and very well set out. It kind of provides a snapshot of who's recommending you, so you know that they're a real person with connections and a LinkedIn profile as well. As well as a little quote there, and it tells you the date as well, which is quite handy. This is a snapshot of the skills and endorsements, and as you can see, it shows you how many times you've been upskilled and by whom. I also wanted to show you quickly, when you share an update, that you can send it straight to Twitter. So if you've added Twitter in your settings, you just type your update there, and then you say, there's a drop down menu, say share with public and Twitter, and it will automatically be sent to Twitter. This here is a snapshot which shows you how you can grow your network and your connections. So this is the major toolbar. You click the little person with the @ sign. It shows you people who want to add you, so who have added you as a connection, almost like adding you as a Facebook friend, and you can agree to that. You can here. This is where you can add your contacts from your email and any of your email accounts. So it's Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, and any others that you may have. And here shows you people that you may know that may be looking for a driving instructor who themselves work in the industry. It's great to have those professional connections. And lastly, a couple of golden rules. These I've used in Facebook and Twitter as well, but they are incredibly relevant in here. So just very quickly, I wanted to say that, when it comes to LinkedIn, again, it's very important to stay on topic and stay relevant, but in a professional way. So it's a little bit different from Facebook and Twitter. Keep your professional and personal profile separate. So on LinkedIn, it's very easy to do because you have a company page and you have a personal page. So it's very easy to separate them, and they encourage you to do so. So it's easy to do. Social media is a two-way street. The way it's a two-way street in this instance is it's easy enough to send out a lot of marketing messages and dialogue, recommendations and things that you've received, but you should upskill other people and recommend other people as well. I think that's incredibly important. Again, don't be too eager, so don't send loads of messages out in one day. I think posting once a day is ample. When you're starting out, even 3 or 4 times a week is fine. I know everybody's busy, but if you just make a few minutes here and there to post new updates and things, you'll see the organic growth of your page will grow incredibly quickly. And stay clear of spamming. So spamming is just sending out the same message over and over and over again, just automating. People, it's a complete and utter turn off. People are going to see right through it, and it's just not a great way to kind of get people on side and get people to want to engage with you. So kind of think of clever new ways of parceling your marketing messages. Right, so as I said, LinkedIn is an incredibly easy way to connect with people, and very user-friendly and easy to set up. So I kind of sped through that. What's also interesting about LinkedIn is it does have little analytics that you can look at, but they're broken down on the post. So once you post a post, it shows you underneath it how many people it reaches. So it's very, very easy and very intuitive and very slick. So there isn't a lot of like hacks that you need to learn or shortcuts or things like that. It is very, very simple. So what I wanted to do now is open it up to the floor and find out if you had any questions at all with regards to LinkedIn. Yeah, it is incredibly easy kind of social media platform to use. But do any of you have any questions? You can submit them in the questions bar like you did at the beginning when I asked, could you hear me, and things like that. Have we got any questions? All right, we don't seem to have any questions, which I think is a good sign. As I said, yeah, it really is so straightforward to use. I do have a couple of questions for you, though, if you wouldn't mind. I've got a couple of polls here, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to ask you a little bit about how you currently use LinkedIn, or if you even use it at all. And we can have a chat about that. So the first poll I've got is, do you use LinkedIn? So you'll see it on the bottom right-hand side corner. So I'm just going to launch that poll now. Do you use LinkedIn? Right, so the polls are in. They're coming in now. So 43% of you do use LinkedIn. 14% of you have had a go, and 43% have never. So it's kind of split between yes and never. So let's have a look and see how you use LinkedIn then. So I'm going to launch another poll now. Do you use LinkedIn for your business? I.e., do you have a LinkedIn page for your business? So your driving school page. Right, so 29% of you say yes, you do have a company profile, and 71% say you don't. Right, so obviously you use your personal LinkedIn page then, I assume. It's really easy to set up a business page. I'd say give it a go, and I think you'll find it incredibly useful. And as I said, you can link it with your personal one, so you won't be losing connections on your personal page at all. So this one is going to be a little bit more kind of niche. But I suppose I can still ask this if you've only got a personal profile. Do you find LinkedIn effective for your business? Do you find LinkedIn effective for your business? Yes, it's great. No, not sure if I need to learn more about it. Not sure if I need to learn more about it, or no. So, right. So you think it could potentially be effective for your business. Great. So I believe the same. I think it'd be incredibly effective for everybody's businesses, whether you just use a company page or just use a personal page. I say use it in tandem, use it together for added reach, because there are things on your personal profile, like your recommendations and your skills, that aren't on your business page, but then your business page is great for added SEO and brand awareness. So I think it's definitely a good idea to use both. So there you have it. Are there any final questions we have before we sign off this evening? Any final questions? All right. I don't think there's any questions. All right. Well, that was easy enough. So thank you so much for joining me this evening for this very quick webinar. If you have any other questions about LinkedIn, specifically on your personal page, your company page, linking different things, what kind of content you should add, just give us a buzz, or drop us a line at the DIA, and we can help out. Also, if you would like this presentation and slideshow, it will definitely be up online within a week or so. So check us out then if you want to kind of recap. So thank you so much for joining, and speak to you again soon. Bye bye.